Hi, it's about 1975, and today I thought I'd do a tip video on bounty hunting. Now I want to throw out a disclaimer: I'm not an expert when it comes to bounty hunting. I'm not even particularly good at bounty hunting, and I don't do a great deal of it. But these are a couple of tips that you may find useful, and I don't see many people doing. One thing I will say is, don't do what I do what I say, and don't bring multi-cannons when you do bounty hunting. The main reason for this, they have ammo restrictions, so therefore it's much more efficient to use pulse lasers. However, I love multi-cannons, so I will continue to use them. Now, the lazy boy method that I employ is to use a massive shield tank. But you basically use a tanky ship. If you're on a budget, a Vulture is very good for shield tanking up. However, my shield tank of choice is the FDL, because I like to have the speed to get around the res site, and Vulture, those hull points off the last things, you know, really like make the most of the speed to get across and just do a bit of damage. The first tip is be nice and lazy. When a ship approaches you, let it scan you and turn its back on you, and then once it's gone a little distance, start the fight. This will give you an initial advantage, and normally what most people will say is, oh yeah, make sure you stay behind it then and fly really well. What I do is, I'm too lazy for that. I just initiate a bout of jousting, because why would I bring a shield tank if I don't expect to get shot? I'm not worried about anything other than just being lazy. So jousting with things is perfectly fine in my book. It's not the best method, it's certainly not the most sensible method of engaging in bounty hunting, but that's why I bring a shield tank, because I can get away with just doing this over and over and over again. Now, I don't actually use any shield cell banks. I have all the boosters in the world. My shields are ridiculously strong. I think I've got all boosters apart from one heatsink, and then I don't have any shield cell banks, because that slot is taken up by my fuel scoop, because you got to have a fuel scoop on an FDL. Why wouldn't you? Fuel tank's ridiculous. If you want to take it anywhere, you've got to have a fuel scoop. But shield cell banking just cuts into your profits. You have to pay for those. They're expensive and you don't need them. I will demonstrate later as to why. Another tip of mine is make a ridiculous shield tank or a tanky ship so you can do this. By ramming the Anaconda shields away, I've just saved myself a ton of ammo and time. You know, I love using my ship as a battering ram. I've got ridiculously strong shields, put 4 pips to them, boost into things, jobs are good, and I can always get the shield power back up. I will show you in a bit how I do that, but it's quite simple. My ship is designed to be used as a battering ram. Whether it's PvE or PvP, I will quite happily ram most things. Now, I do have to put a disclaimer in here: you do have to know what you can and can't ram, but that's experimentation, and I'm sure you'll get used to that. Now, when I need a little boost to my shields, I just do this: I reboot and repair. As you can see, I've got like less than 1 ring of shields. It's like faded. A little bit of reboot and repair, and soon they'll be back up, and I'll have half my shield strength. And half my shield strength on this thing is something like 1500 shields. So there we go. That's a few of the weird things I do when I go bounty hunting. Let me know in the comments down below, and if you've got any tips, you know, obscure ones. And that's all. Thank you very much for watching.